Hello everyone, I'm Greycloak, thank you for joining me, and welcome back to episode 133 of Factorio with the Space Exploration mod, where we are just finishing up our new holmium production and cryonite production setup here. We just need to hook everything in as it should be. This setup I think is good as it is. It is producing cryonite. We just need to take care of the sand at some point, as well as the stone from over here. And this needs cryonite and plastic in, and water. Is this also water? Is that in pyroflux? It's pyroflux. How did we get pyroflux before? We didn't. We used a different setup. Now we want pyroflux though, so we should import that, of course. Okay. I will just skip that to begin with. So we want sand and stone here. And we will process those over here, I guess. I'm just going to run those belts right away, just to try and remember, I guess. And this stone also needs to get out. Good. We have steam, we still needed cryonite and plastic. I think we're just going to mix those right here. So that's plastic. And that's cryonite. We need to split this belt. I guess we're just doing this then. Because we also need it down on this side. Good. Then we need copper in here. I guess we just do it like this. We need sulfuric acid in here. Like so. And then I guess we are going to run a pyroflux pipe here. Or maybe coming from the other direction, I don't know yet. We're making the anion thingies. So now we're making holmium chloride and we're powderizing that. And then we need pyroflux in here. Okay. And these are just filling up with this stuff, and then the last machine should be able to get some as well. Good. So, pyroflux should be our last problem. What are these belts, by the way? This is sand, and this is our holmium. So these sand belts should also be taken care of. Good. And I don't know where we want the holmium yet. We will figure it out. So, pyroflux. We basically need a setup with chests taking inputs, so barrels in this case. And we don't need any signaling. Yes, we do. We need to broadcast how much we have so we don't receive too much. I am just going to start an area like that over here. And how did we set this up in orbit? I would just like to copy that. So the inserters measure how much is in here. Okay. Oops. Good. So they just leave 20 items in here so we know what is supposed to be in them. Because otherwise I will forget when we're targeting them. We could also just look at inserters, use these as an indicator, but I'm not sure you can actually do that. We can deselect our targeting, I guess, but then we can't retarget, unless I'm mistaken. I don't think so. So you could go to the target, select this, see it, remember what chest that is. But I think it's just easier to do it my way, at least for now. Power. And do we actually have pyroflux available on Tentavis? This is a dead end. This was for our production of vulcanite, right? All the way down here. Yep. No, that's iron ingots. Okay. And then we just had this, which is our production. And some byproducts. So we could just barrel this up. We have steel. I can make barrels. Good. What are we going to do with the barrels here, though? Are we going to send them back? Or are we going to tear it down into steel? Which we're not really using a lot of, so that's not a good idea. You can't just send barrels back, can't you? Maybe you can't. So you have to tear them down to steel and then send the steel instead, I guess. Let's just have a look. We make barrels. With barrels we make pyroflux barrel. With pyroflux barrel we empty the barrel. With an empty barrel... Well, wait, we send it between this. That's what I'm actually trying to... And then on the other end we empty it. And then we could only fill a barrel from there. But there's nothing here we would want to export, is there? Could just fill it with water or sulfuric acid. But do you actually lose something from recycling the barrel? One barrel, one steel. One steel, one barrel. Okay, so no you don't. Is there something we need here that we have in abundance on TNO? I mean, we could just send petroleum. I think I'd rather just send the steel, I guess. Then we should just make sure that the steel is used. So we should limit the input from here, I guess. We're not really using anything here. Well, we will be using it to make the barrels to send back, of course, so that makes sense. I think I'm just going to set a limit here already. If everything is below 200. 2 stacks. Good. So currently we're using this to send our signal. And that just has the whole logistics system. But we would rather have this only sending from this contents of these chests, because otherwise we could... Does that matter actually? It shouldn't. As long as we don't request more than can be in these. And these combined, I guess, but yeah. So the logistics system is what we are using, and that is already in here, so we already have that signal. Good. Over here, we need a new sending thing. No service, TNO. But we need to set up something we can use a little bit more long term. And maybe we just go to Norvis and steal one of these setups. I'm not sure we want a rocket though. So maybe we don't need such an advanced setup, we just need this part. And one of these. Sure, for now at least. We needed that on Tintavis. You are listening to TNU, so let's copy you. And just place that right here. And a roboport, if we have one, we do. Should we do it like this instead? No. This is how we do it. And of course we can't do this or this. So let's just get rid of those. Come on, robots. I guess they're coming from far away to get rid of the last bits. If we do this and then deconstruct it, it should be better. We don't have to deconstruct that one, we just want a new chest. And then we should be good. This needs to make Pyroflux barrel. These shouldn't have any targets, right? No. And that one doesn't either. Good. You will now be shooting to here. And go back to here. We need the ingredients for this. And we need it to only shoot if Pyroflux barrel is below 400 or something. And we need this signal to be propagated. So we can see there's currently 0 barrels. Then we need to actually make Pyroflux barrels, or fill them. Fill Pyroflux. Request barrels. Limit barrel output here. Wait, no, we don't get barrel specs, so it shouldn't be a problem. We get steel. Good, barrels are being made. And should be sent at some point if we turn this on. Then we're receiving these. And we only really need it here for now, so why don't we just put it down directly here? Empty Pyroflux. Request Pyroflux. Oh, do we need a recycler to recycle the steel? I guess we do, and that's a little annoying, I guess. Do we have one of those? I guess we will just request one and see. No. Can we make one of those? Maybe. I don't think we have concrete and some of the other things. We do have concrete, okay. Oh, because we made centrifuges? No, we didn't do that here. I don't know. Big electric motors should be possible. Heat shielding is a little bit more annoying. Are we just going back to Norvis and grabbing one and coming back? It feels like a waste. Is it possible to send big electric motors with cannons? Probably not, right? Can I even see those recipes in here? Probably not. No big electric motors. Too bad. But I think those are actually the doable part. Lubricant though. So not really. And it's not like we have a chest here that's not available to the robots or something. No. We need to take care of this. And again, we could fill it up, fill the barrels up and send them back. But what would we actually want to receive? We would need to limit some of these other belts then. This water is only allowed to input if we don't have enough. This is our water supply. But also it's the output of this. Is that what we meant to do? Isn't this supposed to just work? Could disconnect these and reconnect over here instead, but yeah. We are using petroleum consistently, but that would mean we need to produce more of it here instead. We are already producing a bunch for plastic. We don't actually send it down here, but we could. Let's do that. Simply because it's a solution to the problem, even if it's not really a good solution. Are we okay on this stuff? So far, yes. Also making rocket fuel here. But that is just from the overflow here, from this one. No, from all of them. Wait, what? Why are we not cracking this? Because we actually need some of it. But if we don't use enough of it, we should crack it, right? Or maybe not, because we have this for the petroleum itself. And we're full over here. So yeah, it is good. It's just backed up a little bit. The pipe should be fine. Good. What were you repairing? A pipe or something? Yeah, okay. I am just going to put this down right here. We don't have barrel production here, right? No. Good. You will fill petroleum. Only listening to Novice here, so we now need to start listening to Genio. Tentavis, sorry. So we need one of these. Maybe we should keep it together with our requester chests-ish here. And we will just remake these, because it caused more problems than good before that I copy-pasted something else. I just want to be somewhat... what's it called? Consistent in how I built this. Which side do we put these on? Left? Are we using red wire? Yes. Good. If any item really. Steel below 100. Let's just set that as a base condition. For these guys, you listen to Tentavis. And this one will be come on. Petroleum gas barrel less than 400. Then we can input it for sending those here. Okay. And there's currently 0. Tentavis. Do we have receiving chests here? We have one. Actually, if we just had some few chests and we just input it into a warehouse and we just made sure that warehouse never got full, we should be pretty good as long as we're listening to logistic network condition and not just single chests. So yeah, this can target this chest. Maybe we should do that here as well. And we need to turn this on. Shoot. Input. Build. Power is still good. Now, add Tentavis. We didn't set up the receiving or the unbarreling of this stuff yet. Let's first of all measure this. Put unbarreling here. Put a pump here if we have one, hopefully. We do. Limit the pump. Power both pump and machine. Pump if petroleum less than 1,000. You unbarrel petroleum. Request petroleum. And yes, we do need to limit this one now. Whoops. You can only output if the system has less than 100. Sure. Because we need to use the barrels from here up here first. They are closest, so they should probably be used first, but you never know. Good. Now we're not outputting here. Maybe 1,000 is a little bit too low. Let's go to 10,000. Good. And we're still receiving stuff here. We're unbarreling down here. We're using it. We actually have holmium now. Holmium ingots. And how was it? Could we send holmium plate to orbit? Or does it have to be the ingots? Seems to have to be the ingots, so we can't make them into plate with productivity here, unfortunately. So the holmium here needs to go into the network, of course. Are we just going to put that in chests right here, or are we going to run a belt? For now, we're just putting it into chests. Not that one. Good. Then we just need to handle sand and stone, right? I think so. Now, we found out we couldn't send landfill over Cannon logistics, right? No, it seems like we can't. Just out of curiosity, is there any scrap or recycling recipes with stone or something? Doesn't look like it. So we need to send stone, as we have been doing already, right? Yeah. But we also need a backup in case we don't use that landfill. So this stone actually needs to go up here. Or as close to it as possible. And not to a processing plant. Good. And the sand needs to be turned into stone, right? That's what we're doing, other than just using it here. I'm making landfill here, but those are not connected to anything. Extra sand does go over here. Sand goes back on this. Put into the network. Then where are we handling that? Oh wait, we're also sending sand. Why? Because then we're making that into... Can't we make stone out of sand? Free sand from stone. No stone from sand, is that correct? Because otherwise that also just needs to be sent. If we make sand from stone, we can make glass, we can make landfill, concrete. No stone. So that needs to also go into the logistics network, it seems. So this should also just be logistics. We don't have a warehouse for that though, but we could make one, I think. Then why don't we just run these belts up and also put it into this warehouse? Maybe do the same with stone. Doing that. Put that over. Make this as logistic warehouse. And then get it sent. Then we need to actually be able to take care of all this sand and stone. When were we last on Norvis? Apparently a long time ago. We only take care of the sand and stone if we don't already mine enough stone here. So the input for this should actually be limited. Or the mining should. It is sort of limited already, but I am just going to make extra sure, depending on how much landfill we have here, because yeah, this is filling up. If landfill is below 10,000 maybe. Otherwise, process this stuff. These chests are not being broadcast to the system, so we don't actually know if we have too much sand or stone there. We shouldn't ever have too much if we don't stock up or back up on the landfill, but that is pretty close already, so yeah, that is probably going to be a problem. But I will just consider it and forget about it until it is a problem, I think. Good. So we are making holmium ingots now in greater numbers than before, right? We're not making them very fast though. Because this is not very fast. Because input is not very fast. Because this stuff is not very fast, because we don't get enough holminite in. Of course. I guess we just need to go and grab these two patches. Get whatever we can out of those. Let's do it. Don't kill me, please. Just... oh dear. Let me kill you. I didn't see that cliff somehow. Don't stand in acid. Dead? Good. Can we get out without dying? Yes. Don't have any healing. Good. That cliff also almost killed me. Oh, I don't have robots in the suit. Never mind. Did we research nukes? We didn't. Can we research nukes? We can. So that would make this even faster. And less life-threatening. Done? Almost. Need to kill that guy as well. Good. And then just fly away, I guess, to not die. Okay. It is very poor patches, though. Especially this, since we can't really get to all of it. We could just mine all of this and filter it and try to store it. And I guess that's what we're going to try and do. I don't want... Do I want that big one? We can just trim it down again, so it's fine. And trim. And build. Good. And this should easily merge into just one build. As it is pretty dang slow to mine it. Oh, let's do that. And that will just meet up with a build from over here. Okay, good enough. And I turned the belts the wrong way, because I'm smart. This actually looks like an okay amount of mining, but most of it is going to run out pretty fast, so yeah, it's not going to be enough forever, I don't think. balance that. And again, we would rather have this last a bit longer than, whoops, be able to make twice as much holmium in a short amount of time for now. We need power. And I needed to filter out this build. I almost forgot about that. Granite to the left. So 24,000, 47, 200,000-ish. Maybe more. And it stacks to 50. So we only have enough for 250,000 in here, is that correct? $512 slots by 50 in each. Wait, what? Is that true? 500 in each row. By 50 rows, I guess. Yeah, okay, it isn't as much as I thought. So we need a lot of warehouses to store this. Dang it. We don't need that one. We don't need this one. They're already covered by this. So now it's only 100,000 plus a little bit. So we need 4 warehouses just for that. Really? Oh well. I am sure I have made a calculation mistake, but I'm just going to trust it and be done with it. We don't really need that many. Let's cut it down. It seems a little over excessive here. Good. And then we just need power. And the belt to run, of course. And we're just going to go up until we reach our uranium, I think. Connect the power there, run our Halminite over, and connect to this or something. All the rocks. Okay, here we are. And that is fine. Actually, let's just cut these off. Good. I think it will have gotten a little better. Hopefully we should see the belt filling up, and we are good. And I forgot to power the most important part down there. Oh, not really the most important part, because it won't mix the belt anyway. It just won't use the top inserters, or the top miners, sorry. As it is just blocked here. Good. It only stacks to 20. What? So there's only 10,000 in each. Well, let's just do this, but let's go down right away actually. So we have enough for 130,000. That should be fine. Otherwise this will just stop and we don't have a problem really. I could also just run it up here. But that is already backed up, so never mind. Okay. Produce more stuff, please. Good. So everything is hooked up and we're producing again. As we should be. Unfortunately, that's all we have time for in this episode, so thank you all for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye.